if there's one match from Rafa's story where you think that was a missed opportunity, there was a big chance.
There have matches,
2
or 3 in Australian Open. No more. We lose the opportunity in Wimbledon against Djokovic in semi-final.
2018.
Then we lose the opportunity, more important because that was semi-final. We lose the opportunity in Australian Open. In the Australian Open 2014, 2012 and 2017.
Yeah.
In 14 because he has an injury against Wawrinka that before he had never lose against him. Then with Djokovic and Federer, he had breakup in the 5th.
Yeah.
And 40-30 or the 30-50, I don't remember well. It was a ball very close, goes up. But this is what happened. There was in Roland Garros 2009. Of course, he I am sure that he won. He will win. He won this tournament when he has no problems in his knee, because at this moment he was the best. He won Australian Open, then he won the tournaments on clay, and he arrived with problems in Roland Garros. For this reason, in my opinion, he loses. But there are others time that maybe he has to lose and he won.
Hi, Novak. I don't know if you saw what Vasek said last night about organising, and tennis could and should be even bigger than it already is if only the people organising it were doing their job properly. He highlighted the balls, he highlighted playing late at night and then early in the morning and injuries. I just wondered whether you heard that, but also if you'd like to add something.
No, I haven't heard that. I actually saw Vasek just before I came here to see you guys, but I haven't seen his statement on that. But there's been a lot of discussions on the effect of the different balls and basically every week on the joints and the wrist and the shoulders and the elbows. And I think someone told me that in terms of injuries this year comparing to other years is drastically has gone up. So in terms of the balls, I absolutely agree. There should be some discussion on that. I actually spoke about that with Andrea Gaudenzi, the ATP president, and Massimo, who is the CEO, in Paris during the Paris-Bercy week. And I shared my opinion and my views, and then obviously they are thinking about various different options and ways of how to regulate that and how to make it better for the players and prevent injuries. In terms of the scheduling, I think there has been a lot of criticism and a lot of players complaining about it. So I think that should be addressed in a proper way. Obviously, Davis Cup and ITF is regulated differently from ATP Tour and from Grand Slams. You have different governing bodies, different schedules, different broadcasting demands. In the end of the day, we know that the TV is the one deciding, fortunately or unfortunately, but there has to be more, I guess, thorough discussions on that as well.
play.
Hey Eddie, how are you?
Hi John, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, yeah.
If I look a bit hot and flustered, it's because I am hot and flustered in northern Portugal, having just climbed some of the hills to the venue. I say climbed, of course, I mean walked, but it did feel like climbing at time given the gradient. But we're not here to talk about Porto, despite the magnitude of the challenger here. We are here to discuss Novak Djokovic against Rafael Nadal for the 60th time. Well, it's the time you and I are talking about it anyway.
Yeah, 60th meeting between them, quite incredible, really, that we've actually got here. Yeah, an intriguing one as well, but a little bit different though, because we're not used to seeing them so early in a tournament facing each other in a second round, and then also obviously because Nadal is in a sort of let's say depleted state, but yeah, obviously Djokovic is very important for him because he still wants to get that gold medal. It's the one thing missing from his CV, you know.
Yeah.
So, and
I mean, his year has been underwhelming, Eddie. But if he was to win today, I think it would. Oh, sorry, if he was to win the gold here, it would sort of just make his year unbelievable. Just one tournament would changes the entire narrative of his year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, perhaps a little bit unfortunate for him this year in terms of, I mean, he hasn't played that well, but obviously getting the injury.
My internet or yours, Eddie? It could be mine.
Yeah, just so you. But yeah, French Open, obviously he got injured and then he had to get the surgery. He wasn't quite at his best in Wimbledon, but here he got through very easily in the first round against Ebden. So coming in fresh, I think for Nadal, obviously just yesterday came through a pretty long match. So, and it's very hot today. I don't know if that's how that's going to affect the match. It seems quite hot there in Paris. I heard the announcer warning the spectators about it just to stay hydrated and all that. But yeah, I'm not sure how hot it is actually, but
okay.
But yeah, it looks like I've got it on my stream now.
I wonder if that might be a tiny
advantage to Nadal, maybe, in terms of only because
maybe a tiny advantage. Yeah,
only because I would, he's say probably more used to those conditions. I know that in the past Djokovic has seemingly struggled with very hot conditions. I don't know how hot it is though here today. So, but it's obviously hotter than it has been for a while. So certainly much hotter than it was at Roland Garros this year.
And what have you made of Rafa in the last 10 days in Båstad and also here in Paris, and the movement and where he's at?
Yeah, I mean, it's not been particularly promising. I mean, we've seen glimpses of what he can do, but yeah, he just, in terms of movement, he just seems a little bit heavy on his feet a little bit at times. Is a bit slow, and yeah, we talked about last time in Båstad, and especially in that final, he just wasn't getting quite the depth he was getting. And obviously, I think that's partly because of he slowed down a little bit, but he might be improving slightly now that he's got, he's had a week of matches in Båstad. He had a match here. It was quite long, but yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see something different from what he's shown so far today if he's going to have a chance to win it. I make Djokovic a favourite here, but a fairly strong favourite compared to any of the meetings that we've seen for a long time. So it's on clay. I mean,
yes, I think that sounds about right. Sort of, I mean, the bookmakers, I think, have it even stronger. I think they've got Nadal at 6-1, as I see Djokovic hit an ace to take a 30-love lead. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's a sluggish start from Rafa, but that's been the case for the last 10 days or so.
Yeah, I mean, even at his best, yeah, these early stages don't mean too much. We'll see how it goes, but it's definitely a long way to go, and I think Djokovic should be happy probably serving first here.
Yeah, get one on the board. Has that return gone wide? I think it might have done.
Yeah, I'm just wondering where your stream is in relation to mine. But
I've got 40 love.
yeah, 40 love. But and the ball comes down. Rafa smashes and he wins the point. That's 15-40. The crowd liked that one. I think there's a lot.
Yeah, well, at least he's got a point.
A lot of people are going to be rooting for Rafa here.
Yeah.
I think, but and of course, yeah, plenty of Spanish support there. Yeah, so 40-15, I've got it with Djokovic about to serve.
Yeah, you're marginally ahead of me. That was a good smash, by the way.
Yeah, well taken. Not always easy, those ones. And with the sun probably slightly in his eyes. Second serve from Djokovic. Turn from Nadal. Forehand played up the line from Nadal. And it goes long, so that was effective. The forehand from Nadal into the backhand side of Djokovic, and Djokovic can't control it, and he sends it long, so we're back at 30-40. Not such a bad start from Nadal. We'll see if he can get it to juice here.
Yeah, if he goes from 40 love to juice, then there'll be some encouragement. Oh, I see Mario. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hey, Mario.
Hi.
Hi there.
How are you?
Very good. How are you doing?
Fine. I was not really expecting to. I mean, I was before, after looking at the draw, but I was not really expecting at the beginning of the year to watch this match. And here we are, second round of the Olympic Games, a 60th meeting between these two, who are, you know, we may say a lot about the debate and everything, but you know, if we just look at the numbers, these are the two players who have won the most on the men's side in history. So it's a pretty historic thing happening, even if they're not at their prime level anymore, especially Nadal, who has, you know, had many injuries and has fallen down in the ranking. But yeah, it's still for sure an amazing occasion for all the tennis fans. So
yeah, absolutely, and especially for, I mean, I would say Djokovic, that obviously this is the one thing that he hasn't won, which is the Olympic gold. That's very important for him at this stage of his career. But also, yeah, for Nadal, we don't know how much longer he's going to be playing. So just to be able to play matches like this is great for him. And let's see how he does. Okay, I've just seen it that he sent that forehand wide. So it's the first game to Djokovic.
Yeah.
Are we about the same place?
Yeah, I think so. I think we are coordinated. So
okay,
yeah.
good. Yeah, not too much difference there.
Well, do we think there is a favorite in this match, right? I don't know what you think about it, but you know, if I don't rule, of course, Rafa out. You know, we know that with these guys, we never really have to take anything for granted. But of course, you know, these two are into very different places. Djokovic is not living the best season of his career, but still 2 weeks ago was playing in a Grand Slam final. Even if it's on another surface, he's still at the second place of the ranking, still 7th in the ATP race, so still the 7th best players of the year. With Rafa, we've seen, you know, also the level has been a lot of ups and downs in Bostad and also in the first round against Fucsovics. Is that also this, we've seen this trapping. I don't think he's doing too much damage to him. At least, the 2 matches we saw him playing were okay. I feel like, not of course the best version of himself, but more or less what we could expect, I think. So yeah, I think this is a case where we have an objective favorite, who's Novak, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But still, we'll see what's going to happen, because we know that tennis, especially when it's played by 2 fantastic champions like they are, can always surprise us. But I feel like there is a favorite in this match.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you've got to go with Djokovic for the reasons that you said there. Just like he's obviously been playing regularly, and he's, even though he's not been having a great year, still clearly at a sort of top 10, top 5, at least, sort of level. So, if not higher, but like, I mean, yeah, he's not in his best condition, obviously, because they're coming back off surgery. But with Rafa, what's concerning for me is obviously the serve, as well as just looking just a little bit slower than usual, and he's not really. And obviously that's partly sharpness.
And also, I was wondering, maybe it's difficult also because even if we imagine this being competitive and so kind of going to the distance, how much is the chance for Rafa for this version of Nadal to outlast Djokovic physically also in the match? So that's why I'm kind of have difficulties to try to imagine a way right now for Rafa to, to come out on top. But yeah, let's see this game. He's in a bit of a trouble.
Yeah, I mean, that point, probably needs to be aggressive when he can take those chances.
Absolutely.
But, yeah. And yeah, but I mean, also it's in a way though, it's we'll see if maybe Nadal, he's obviously a tremendous athlete and a great thinker as well on the court. Like he is a thinker, and he'll try and find a way, even if he's not in the best condition. And we'll see maybe if he can create a bit of pressure. Obviously, I would say, from Nadal's perspective, it's maybe a little bit less pressure than it is for Djokovic.
Sure.
But that was a decent forehand up the line. And yeah, it was a well-constructed point there from Nadal to bring it to 30 all. You just seen that?
This is classic Nadal, at least in terms of tactic, the way that forehand down the line, that made him. He was in trouble in this rally for sure. But yeah, with that shot, he has been able to win this point, to come out on top.
Yeah, just one forehand from Nadal can make a huge difference. But yeah, I mean, this could be. I mean, there's a realistic chance that this might be the last ever meeting between them. So it's also important from that perspective, isn't it? I mean, if you are a tennis fan, it's. And we don't know.
I think so. Even also because it's meeting that it's also right now kind of draw dependent. They are meeting right now, especially because it's a round 2 match. It would have been difficult to imagine them playing the final here, and I don't know, but so even if they keep going, it will still be more and more difficult for them to meet each other in tournaments.
Yeah.
A long rally again.
Oh, Djokovic smash, gets back. Oh, but it goes long from Nadal. So a break point here. First one for Djokovic.
I mean,
sorry. I'm struggling to hear you there. You're cutting out. Oh.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't notice. Now can you hear me, right?
I can hear you, but it's just a bit like it's not so clear. It's going in and out. Actually, you're frozen on the screen. Okay, maybe you're okay now.
I think so. At least, my things are working. So I don't know.
Oh no, that was into the net there from Nadal. So and
So
it
there
drops
is a
out.
break.
We got a break.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was just saying that I've noticed that also Novak is trying to move the game and to try to stay proactive, of course. And yeah, there is a first break, maybe not the ideal start from Nadal, maybe because from his perspective, the start could have really been, important. But yeah, we'll just see. It's still early in the match, but so far it has started like, I don't want to say we were expecting, but in Djokovic's favor. So
yeah, so second serve for Djokovic. Yeah, I just wonder if how much longer Rafa will actually play. Will he want to probably play another Roland Garros? I'm not sure, but is he going to go that far until next year?
it's difficult also to understand from his schedule, from his own words. It's been very difficult to understand his plans. Now he's saying that he will take a break after the Olympics, which I don't know what it means. He still entered with the protected ranking, the US Open entry list. We still don't know if he's actually going there. I don't know. It's a big question mark.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the performances here in these kind of tournaments. I mean, is he gonna try and play the? Can he use his protected ranking? I can't remember for the Masters tournaments coming up. He must be down. Is he down?
I think he hasn't. I think he hasn't. But
okay.
I have to. In Canada, he hasn't. Cincinnati, I haven't really checked, but
yeah, I don't remember at the moment.
So
okay. Oh, Djokovic.
I mean, not a big deal for him, because even without that protected ranking, he can, play whatever he wants.
Yeah, right.
Cards. I mean, the organizers will always want to have these players to go to their tournaments. So the same applies to Djokovic. When his ranking will probably fall, whenever they want to play, they will be given the chance. So
yeah, no problem getting wild cards. They're paying him to come. Oh, that's a lovely drop shot there from Djokovic, and it's been a very good start from him. So Nadal's got his work cut out here, and yes.
Yeah, let's say that at least talking, from all the neutral people's perspective, who just wanted to see, look a very good competitive match. This start is probably what everybody was kind of fearing, Nadal not being competitive right from the start to go toe to toe with Djokovic. Let's see if they can, maybe after the start he can start hitting a bit more freely, but for sure he's going to need a better help with the serve. And it's not looking likely so far. But yeah, for sure he needs some kind of free points, because if he has to enter the rally every time with Novak, then it becomes very, very, very difficult for all the reasons we have said.
Yeah, maybe needs a little bit of luck, which is often needed anyway. But he's gonna have to try and get into the Novak's service game somehow. He's going to be aggressive when he can. And the problem is that Djokovic might not give him many chances now that he's ahead here.
For sure, we haven't. I haven't mentioned it, but it's for sure. It also depends on Novak's level, because we are still seeing that even if he's not the best player this year, he's still able to produce a very high level of tennis, and this may be a bit too much. But yeah, I was pointing out the start because it was how maybe Novak could have felt a bigger pressure. This start can maybe help him also to settle a little bit more. Mentally, he's doing very well. A very important game for Rafa, of course.
Yeah. I think he gets a game here, then okay, it's more about mentally. He'll maybe can start to feel like he can get into this, but it wasn't a great forehand there that went into the net. I mean, he really should be doing better. But Djokovic stepping in, being very aggressive. I think, he really does need to win this game here just to give him some hope. Do you make? I mean, I personally think it's hard to look past Carlos Alcaraz. Do you make him the favorite here in this tournament?
Novak, you mean?
No, Alcaraz.
Alcaraz.
Do you make him the favorite in the tournament?
Okay, yes, I got it. Well, it looks like the favorite for sure. But in the end, I've always said that differently than slams, the best of 3 format still leaves the door more open for upsets. So,
for sure.
Let's say that if it's French Open, maybe seeing Alcaraz losing would be kind of shocking, at least in the early rounds.
Mm-hmm.
While at the Olympics, in the best of 3, it doesn't take that much, to suddenly lose a set and feel yourself in big trouble. So he's the big favorite in my opinion, but at the same time, at the same time, I feel like there is a slight, higher chance for lower ranked players to try imagine an upset, let's say like this. And also, the 2 biggest favorites are on the other side of the draw. The biggest favorite, biggest rivals, because I feel like, Djokovic and Zverev also maybe feel like the biggest candidates besides Alcaraz for the gold. So this is probably a very good thing for him. We saw, for example, how, on clay, Zverev has been able to trouble Alcaraz in the final. So maybe in best of 3 format, it could be a difficult matchup for Carlos. Who knows?
I agree
totally. Medvedev is still very dangerous, but for sure, it feels like it's better to have Medvedev in your half in this tournament than Zverev, probably.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, although, as we say, Alcaraz is probably the favorite, he does have, he can be a little bit up and down, even though with this such a high level that he generally plays at. But there might be an opportunity there to get the upset in a best of 3 format. Now we've got break point here. It's going to happen. Backhand from... Oh, it's a drop shot from Djokovic. Oh, and it's well finished off by Nadal. Using the slice.
Yeah, it was a bad drop shot. But in this rally, we saw once again how we are playing Novak's game. Also, the way the rallies are built, so far we are playing Novak's game. Then I don't know why Djokovic felt the need to. I mean, he got a couple of drop shot winners already, but for me, it didn't make any sense actually to go for the drop shot here. I feel like he was in charge of the rally. Maybe you just miss the backhand and it's fine, but right now, where is it streaming? And it depends on where you are from, because I'm from Italy and we have Eurosport.
Yeah, so a lot of Europe is Eurosport. Yeah. Oh, a little bit cat and mouse here. Oh, but Djokovic comes out on top there. That was a nice little exchange, but yeah, it just feels like Djokovic has a little bit more extra. That's the problem. And yeah,
he can accelerate faster. You know, he can. Yeah, I repeat, we are playing his kind of game right now. You know, we are not watching what we have been used to watch when they have played here at the French Open, also in terms of tactic. Even in the matches Novak has won in 21, for example, but we still were playing a different tennis than the one we are watching right now, which is faster. I mean, I don't know if the lighter balls, Medvedev said that these balls feels very light compared to the one they usually use here at French Open. So I don't know if this can favor Novak even more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. And it's quite hot conditions. That might make a difference as well here. So very important point. Oh, Nadal tries to send that backhand in the line. Oh, but Djokovic, he rubs out the mark.
Is it good? Is it good?
It's good, yeah.
It's good, yeah. I felt it. So it's point Nadal, I feel. Yeah. Because it was a clear winner. Yeah, good sportsmanship.
Perfectly placed, actually.
I mean, it is the mark, of course. So, I mean, even if you don't want, but still, Novak didn't even make the umpire come down. So, a long game, which may be very important for Nadal to finally enter this match, at least score-wise, and maybe try to hype himself a little bit more.
Yeah, if you can hold here, maybe in the next game go up love 15 on Djokovic serve. So you never know. Things can change quickly, but this is a big effort now he needs to hold.
I mean, a break now feels more or less like the match is the set is quite over.
Yeah, see, I don't know, like Nadal's seeming a little bit passive there, like compared to the way I need to. I felt he needed to.
He's see the forehand in this rally. He tried to go for his usual forehand, you know, the one who makes troubles for everybody, Djokovic included, usually, especially on clay, but he's not finding the right pace, and Novak was just able to attack the backhand to go down the line. His daughter is holding a flag, a Serbian flag.
And a second serve now for Nadal. So this is going to be, this could be it here for Djokovic. And it was a good return. And yeah, that's a break point for Djokovic. So he's up 4-love, and Rafa in big trouble. And I think
I also agree actually with the idea of going big with the first serve, because I know that he may risk to play a bit more second serves, but even if you just don't risk with the first serve, then it doesn't play well, even if you put it in. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation right now. There is not something that you see can help him at the moment. Oh, it's Ghost.
Hi, Ghosty.
Yeah, 4 games to love. I actually don't remember the kind of scoreline when Novak managed to beat Nadal on the clay. I mean, statistically, can be kind of, let's say, curious, but it doesn't really matter today, considering their respective moments of their career. So
no, you maybe expect it in Australia, in Melbourne, but
I remember for sure that there was a 6-1 for Novak in French Open 15 when he won in straight.
Wow, that was a amazing backhand cross court there from Djokovic.
Wow. Yeah, you see what? Because then Novak finds confidence. Just goes for the backhand, because what happens if he misses it? I don't want to say nothing, but it's 4 love, 15 love. I can hit this backhand freely,
Yeah, and yeah, like I think as well, just because this, he really wants to win this. Djokovic is he's got the mindset. He's not going to give him any chances, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, go see. He tried a few drop shots, and a couple of them were winners. Another one not, but he got the point. Once he lost the point, but so far, I don't know if you already agree with me, but I don't even feel like talking about tactic, because so far it feels like it's not like there is a right or wrong tactic. So far, there's just a big difference in terms of condition, the ability to hit well through the court, and also the serve. Serve is going quite okay for Novak, and Rafa not so good so far. So
yeah, I agree. I mean, it's hard to talk too much about tactics when you're struggling to just hit the shots, your basic strokes as you'd like to. I mean, I think, I don't know. Obviously, it's easy to say I think he should be more aggressive, but he obviously is struggling a little bit, obviously, since in this version of him, since he's come back, Rafa, especially in that forehand, it's just he's not got the same control over it. And it's a bit of a shame to see, to be honest, but it doesn't.
We are watching here some other scores. At least I am watching it on Eurosport. Couple of windows. Coco Gauff is comfortably up.
Okay.
On the Argentinian Carlet. Cerundolo and Humbert, it's competitive first set so far, no breaks. And that's it. This is the score I'm having on the screen.
Kerber's in a long battle, right? I think she's got a match point.
Yeah, to stay alive, to keep going in her career for at least one more match.
Of course, in that section, it was the 2 seeds. It was Osaka and Osaka wasn't seeded, but she was probably sort of favored to get through against Kerber. But it was, I think, Caroline Garcia, was it? It was who beat. Who lost
Garcia. She beat Christian beat Garcia in the first round.
Yeah. So
and then
it opens up.
Paolini won, Zhang won, Krejcikova won. Yeah, so far we haven't really had surprises on the women's side. There is a 3rd match point for Kerber. Would be nice to see her winning. I don't know, at least from my perspective, I'm kind of hyping Kerber and Murray up in this event, given that it's their final one.
Yeah, their last, Yeah, I mean, it's nice for them just to get that I think if Kerber or Murray don't go through, you know, they've had that kind of nice victory just to. I think it's nice for them to just at least get that. They got that winning feeling again before they actually do finish. And yeah, you can't expect too much, but actually she's got a chance here. It's sort of opened up a little bit for Kerber. So, and she's got another match point. It'll be interesting to see if she can, how far she can go.
Her best events this year have been on clay, because she did very well in Rome, where she won 3 matches before having a very competitive one with Iga. And if he wins here now, it's a couple of wins at the Olympics. So
yeah. And there's Billie Jean King with Snoop Dogg. Okay, so Nadal, I mean, he's serving here. I mean, really just wants, I think, to get a game, because avoid the bagel.
Kerber won.
Great for her.
So she's not over yet.
Oh dear. That Nadal forehand going into the net and dropping
He's
out.
rushed.
So
He is rushed on the second serve.
Yeah. A bagel here is really not what anyone wanted to see.
Yeah, I don't think so. Probably only the fanatics. But even from a fun perspective, I mean, the most important thing is that your fave wins. The bagel is very sad to see, actually, in this kind of match. But yeah, 30-all. Nadal is trying his best.
Yeah, you were thinking that he'd at least be able to do better than scoreline-wise than Ebden did, because Ebden got bageled as well by Djokovic in the first round. I think he won 1 game, right? So hopefully Nadal can do a bit better than that. I mean, even as a neutral spectator, you should hope for a little bit more competitive match. And there we're going to have a game point here for Nadal, finished off with a nice backhand up the line. So I think we're going to have a big cheer if he does manage to hold here. Who is waiting for these two if they do go through? Do you remember?
Arnaldi or Köpfer? Matteo
Right.
Arnaldi or Dominic Köpfer?
There we go. It's a game for Nadal. So perhaps
the seeded player was Arthur Fields, but yesterday he lost to Arnaldi.
Right, yeah. I mean, Arnaldi is pretty tricky. I mean, I guess he would be.
He's 5-love against Fields. It's pretty weird to see, you know, this matchup score, considering they're 2 young players, very good. Fields actually even with better probably prospect. But yeah, Arnaldi in the last couple of years won 5 times out of 5 against him. It's a tough matchup, difficult to really explain why. I mean, I kind of know why, but yeah, it would be too long right now. It's not the point of this stream.
Oh, and Kupfer defeated
Raonic,
yeah.
3 tie breaks. I mean, Raonic is that player that he may play 3 matches per year, but it still would be so tough to beat.
Yeah. Oh, that was a really nice drop shot from. I thought it was a pretty nice drop shot, backhand going across the net from Djokovic, but Nadal manages to get there and finishes it off into the corner. So yeah, he's done that a few times, Djokovic. He seems to be going for those drop shots, but doesn't work this time.
For who's interested in Kerber's final tournament, her next opponent is Leila Fernandez. Her next opponent, sorry. Oh, he's getting a bit better, actually. These couple of points, he did well.
Almost spectacular, typical Rafa forehand, counter punching up the line. But
yeah, even if it's not even this one the issue, you know, if he is forced to hit this forehand, he will always do it in a pretty spectacular fashion. It's the basic things during the rally which are, of course, not working the way they should to really trouble Novak.
Yeah, the problem is that he's obviously not as quick as he used to be or as sharp, but so it comes a little bit less easily to him. But hopefully in this match for him that he's able to start reading Djokovic's play a little bit better and try and get a bit more on top. Yeah, we're talking about Raonic. I mean, he's playing alongside Auger-Aliassime in the doubles. I just remembered that, and they're playing against the Americans. It's Fritz and
Paul,
Paul. So it's a pretty interesting match up there. Okay, yeah, Djokovic got 2 set points here. Yeah, so that's it. The breadstick for Djokovic. So where does that leave us? I mean,
yeah, in some way, it's that kind of weird feeling when you realize that it is actually what, you know, should have reasonably happened, but at the same time you're a bit surprised because you always have a part inside you that tells you, but Nadal will find something, you know, to make the match competitive. But
I mean, that's a crazy stat to see there. There was Nadal winning only 19% of points on return. Yeah, so
yes,
that's
exactly. I'm watching the same stats. Yeah, actually, another thing I can tell you is that Novak on clay has never beaten Nadal while having less than 64-65% of first serve seen, and with 62 he has won this set 6-1.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that this really is a declined Nadal that we haven't seen. But I mean, for him, I don't really know. You just got to try and, I don't know what you just got to try and maybe hold, because he's going to start this second set serving, I think, right? So try and hold and then just see if he can create a little bit of pressure, and that's it.
Yeah, I would say maybe he won't be able to do it, but try to hit a bit harder, to going for it even more at cost of missing a bit more, because, you know, what's the point, you know?
Yeah, you just gotta take chances.
Is there more of a difference in his movement, or the pace is getting? For me, it's a bit both. The pace on the forehand side, we have noticed that there were a couple of rallies where he could have done more damage with a forehand, but he wasn't really able to overhit Novak's backhand.
Yeah, it's strange because it seems like sometimes he doesn't feel too confident in that shot, and he's holding back a little bit, which is, it's strange because you know, a Rafa of the past was never like that.
Sure.
So, but yeah, like he's just got to try and find something. There's no other choice. It's either that or you're just going to get. You're probably not going to outlast them.
The footwork hasn't been that great. At times when Novak has found some deep shots, Nadal has struggled a lot to find a rhythm, to not miss. So yeah, it's tricky. You know, it's kind of difficult to just underline one thing right now. Because there have been actually many parts of the game where there's been a huge difference. Let's see if Rafa starts serving. Let's see if this set may offer us another kind of story.
Actually saying she had Rafa not winning more than 5 games, but
it's not unreasonable.
Yeah, well, I mean, now it's
now he's also actually lucky, but you know, even before, as I said, you know, that kind of feeling where if you think well about this, you say that Novak is big favorite, but you still want to not believe that, you know, to find reasons to feel like why this match can be competitive, you know, and you try to find reasons to do it. So
yeah, I mean, looking at the level in Bastad, it was, you know, it's more like a sort of top 40 sort of level or something like this. If we're actually looking at it from how he played, and that's sort of the way it's going, isn't it? I mean,
which is still very impressive for anybody, you know. Any other player, we would be talking about this in wow, what is he doing? But since it's Nadal, it's not enough for you know, us commenting, but it's also reasonable, you know, all what is gone through, you know. We knew that it was unlikely to see him being in medal shape, especially after the draw. Then, you know, it could have been a bit luckier.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the reality when you're not seeded. It's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Ghosty, I did actually see. Was it Murray? Yeah, Murray and Evans. The comeback, so quite ridiculous comeback, but I mean, I think it was a bit of a. It was a little bit of a. I think the turning point there was the Nishikori double fault. Oh, so that Djokovic's return there went wide, so Nadal might be able to hold here.
Sean said, Djokovic fans will say this proves Novak is the GOAT. I mean, for me, I think for all the reasonable people, this match won't prove anything regardless of the result, you know. And yeah, Rafa and Imari need to go. I mean, Andy is going home actually. You know, this is his final tournament, and he's only in doubles. So, you know, his career is over basically. He's still in the tournament, so his career is not over. But
Of course, yeah. Nadal though with Alcaraz could go far in the doubles, so might not be going home for a while.
Then I don't know if Ashley was talking about this tournament. No, he's not happy.
My friend just texted me that in the UK, it was painful to watch Nadal, and that BBC actually stopped showing this after the first set, which is
really. Who are they
it seems
showing?
surprising. I don't know what maybe they showed some other sport. But
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay. It's definitely probably even in Italy. There's the public television has a channel where they stream, the highlights of the Olympics, and I know they were also showing this match. But yeah, probably after the first set, if there's another, some finals in other sports, it's reasonable.
Yeah, there could be something with the.
They still can go back to this match if there's some.
Yeah, it's like they'll BBC will be showing it on the stream on the website, but then on the main channel they'll dip in and out of different events. But yeah, it doesn't say much about the quality of the match, so that they left after the first set. But if it was really good, they might have. Yeah, but anyway, Djokovic has a second break point here. Advantage. There's a game for Djokovic, and it's really not looking good. This is pretty woeful. Oh yeah, so they're actually saying they're not showing it in BBC iPlayer. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe 6-1 love, and the serve. I mean, I was expecting a comfortable win for Novak, but in my mind it was kind of 6-3, 6-3. That's what I had in my mind.
Yeah. It's just been an. I don't think. I mean, Djokovic has been pretty good, but I don't think it's like he's had to be.
Yeah, exactly. This is, I don't even know what to make from Novak so far. I mean, still a bigger test, of course, from what happens in Rafa can get the game. It depends when, because if he gets the game when it's 6-1 for love, then, if he gets this game. But yeah, we've been saying this for a while and still hasn't really happened. So it's looking very difficult now to imagine some. Yeah, maybe it still ends like 6-4 this set, but Novak's losing total control.
Yeah.
If Rafa can get the game, I win 500. Ashley is praying to be a bit down. Yeah, no, he's looking good, but he's also not being pushed a lot. That's what I
actually think, that it's a bit hot is probably actually beneficial for Djokovic.
This is amazing.
Yeah. He's hitting the ball really cleanly.
Then, regardless of Nadal's level, you have in front of you a very, very big rival, and you are getting this score. And I can only imagine how big of a confidence you may have right now to hit all what you have. Just go for that backhand and try hit harder and harder. So
Wow. I don't know if you've seen that point yet, but
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, that's what I said. And Novak, you know, of course, I mean, as he should, still runs like crazy to get over any ball. And this was good from Rafael, actually, you know. Yeah, he applauds.
wow, there's a ace from Djokovic. So
2 games all. Not 2 games all. What I'm saying, 2 games to love, actually. I'm watching another match. Not kidding.
yeah, I mean, it's just this doesn't really seem like there's a way back from here. If there's any tiny chance,
no, I
he
mean,
must.
it was happening. This same thing was happening in the 2021 semifinal between Djokovic and Zverev, but in that case, you had a 24-year-old Zverev, who was still there, and then the comeback was likely. In this case, it's looking very, very difficult.
Yeah, not a great start. Love 15 there. But we were talking earlier about, his potential retirement. Does a result like this, a performance like this, change his thinking? Does he start to think, well, maybe I should just quit after probably he's going to play Laver Cup? Is that right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the time to do it, but
yeah, I don't know if this match will tell him something. Because I know that from his perspective, he knew that he was the big underdog coming into this match. But at the same time, it's kind of a reality check,
Yeah. It's a massive reality check. I mean,
also because you start asking yourself the question, how much can I still improve my, my condition? And I don't know, actually.
I mean, this is obviously his court. He's been the best player for the last 15 years or whatever, 20 years on this court. And then now
he lost pretty badly. He lost pretty badly in 2015 against Novak in the quarterfinal. Still got to 5 in a set, but it was a pretty bad defeat. But it was, of course, a totally different thing because Nadal was 29. So, it's just a tough defeat to accept and you move on. And here, I don't know, I don't feel like this is what he wants to live in the end of his career. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Okay, so we've got a bit of a rally there. Djokovic tried to pull the trigger with the forehand up the line, but it goes into the net. So perhaps giving Nadal a little opportunity. He's at 30 all to hold on.
Rafa is one of 2 men to achieve a career golden slam. Of course, it's Agassi. Ghosty, you can always count on me to some Agassi propaganda. So,
but also Agassi has his own record because he's also won the ATP finals, the year-end championship, and I don't think because he's got that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Only one player has gotten a golden slam in the same year. Who is it? It's Graf. I mean, 88. I don't know if we are including the women, but Graf did it in 88. She was 19. Double
That's
fall.
right, yeah. That was the year 88 Seoul Olympics, right? Steffi Graf won.
Yeah, the Olympics was also after the US Open. So she had already completed the
Yeah.
calendar slam, and she came into the Olympics to try to win it all.
And that was the start of tennis
The power
back at the
couple,
Olympics.
the real tennis power couple, Agassi and Graf.
Yeah.
It will be very difficult to beat them in the future. This is good, but
that was better. I was trying to just go for it, and
the vamos.
Yeah, we're at deuce. And even just getting to deuce now, it feels like a victory for Rafa. It tells you a little bit about how this match has gone.
Yeah, it's also difficult to see even if Nadal holds, because you know how little he has done on return so far. Also, it was 19% after the first set in points won. Novak also held to love in his first service game this set. Now another break point.
Of course, if Djokovic wins this medal, he's another one who holds that record.
For sure. Yeah.
If he wins the gold medal. Out.
Yeah, Nadal even when it's been difficult for him to start the rally in the right way, but even when the rally keeps going, it's Djokovic who has the bigger ability to find the right acceleration.
Mm-hmm.
He has basically never been in defensive position today.
Yeah, he's just way sharper. I mean, at that point there is just like, yeah, he's basically doing what he wants to do now. He just playing a little high loopy ball. The ball came back and he just stepped in and ripped it, and it's really, yeah, like it's just Rafa is just like a shadow of his former self, unfortunately.
Francisco Cerundolo won the first set against Hugo Humbert, 7-5. Humbert is one of the two French players left in the singles men's draw. The other one is Moutet. Moutet plays tomorrow. Yes, Cerundolo playing great lately. I was not expecting him to be sharp today. Actually, I'm not watching the match, so I don't know if he's really sharp or not, because Musetti had a rest day today from singles, Cerundolo not. But yeah, this may work in his favor if he manages to win today, because then he doesn't have to play tomorrow. So he can... Yeah, they both lost to Italians. Sorry.
Yeah, Coco Gauff cruising, it looks like, up 6-1 to love.
What's the score in set 2? This one you see 6-1, 3 love. Or if you are talking about the other match we were talking, I don't know. Garcia may be the best chance at a medal. In mixed, I don't know. She's playing doubles and mixed also. Sure. I mean, so far it's very difficult also to... I don't know if you also feel like this way when you see this kind of score lines, that it becomes even difficult to talk, you know, because there's not much to say, actually. I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, just like, I mean, obviously Djokovic is playing well. I mean, as well as we'd expect him to play, but it doesn't feel like that Rafa is there to able to actually make any impact on the match, and it's really disappointing. I mean, we didn't expect Rafa to win, really, but as you said, we maybe thought this was going to be somewhat competitive in terms of he'd be winning a few games, but at the moment it's just been completely one-way traffic. And
yeah, my mind, as I told you, my mind before the match was some 6-3, 6-3 kind of scoreline. This was my prediction before the match started. But yeah, it's not what's happening right now. Djokovic is also holding so comfortably his service games. Nadal was 19% of points won on return before the start of the second set, and he hasn't still won a point on return in the second set. So,
wow. And you would have to say that, yeah, Djokovic, obviously, he's going to probably get through this one now, but he should, I mean, I would imagine, be able to get through Kopfer or Arnaldi. And then...
I actually don't know who's going to win. Oh, there is the point for Rafa here. A mistake for Djokovic. Yeah, for sure, the third round will be whoever wins. Considering how this match is going, it feels like third round will be a bigger test. Not to disrespect Nadal, but
yeah,
just because this match so far it hasn't been competitive.
No.
Marian, I know that Tommy Paul is winning gold. I agree, Ghosty. We know. The kit also is a gold medal kit.
He's a big Tommy Paul fan. Okay, so, but after the third round is potentially a quarterfinal against Tsitsipas for Djokovic. So,
a potential quarterfinal. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Tsitsipas, bit of ups and downs yesterday, but still managed to win the third set pretty easily. So, yeah, Jane, yesterday, I mean, Italy had a tough loss in doubles, but singles went pretty well because Musetti and Arnaldi, of course, won, and Vavasori, who replaced Sinner in the singles draw, also got a good win over Martinez because Martinez is in form player. So I know also that Ghost is very sad because Trevisan is not playing the Olympics.
Well, that's 15 love for Nadal. So
yeah, I feel like Nadal can hold this game. Maybe Djokovic will lose a little bit. I mean, it's not the situation, of course, where you lose points on purpose. But if Rafa manages to go 30 love up, then maybe,
Yeah. Well, that was a good return, though, from... Oh, but that was beforehand dropping in from Nadal. That was good reactions there from Rafa, because that wasn't easy.
I watched 4 matches between them in person. All of them in Rome. And it's 2-2. The head-to-head is even when I'm at a stadium. Sorry, I'm reading the comment.
Oh.
Djokovic doesn't want to give anything.
Yeah,
I mean, you are
I don't
here,
blame
you
him.
play, it's like the same with when we talk about Tiga, it's not like you have to lose points and games on purpose. So let's see if Nadal can find help with his serve.
Yeah, it's like Rafa's just a step slower than Djokovic all the time, and then he can try and use his sort of racket skills to get ahead in the point, but it's just not enough.
He had the open court.
Well,
okay.
working there.
Yeah, it's a weird point, Djokovic is giving something away. And Nadal too, actually, because Nadal had the open court with a forehand. And then Djokovic had a clear possibility to win this point. But yeah, I don't even know what he wanted to do. I mean,
yeah, maybe though that is, he's got to try something different, Nadal here, even though that wasn't that well executed. He got away with it. And that backhand goes long. And
okay.
That was a sign of Djokovic just letting it go.
Yeah, he played a bit loose, actually, if we have to be honest. Nadal has been, good enough to use this chance and win this game. It's a bit sad to talk in this way about this match, but this is what we are watching right now. So
yeah, I mean, we've only seen, since he's come back, we've only seen Rafa play on clay. I mean, he did still get to an ATP 250 final. I mean, that's still not bad. I mean, it's well below his own level, but obviously playing like this is much less than any of us really would expect, and I don't think many people want to see this. But if he goes on and plays on hard courts, it's not. I mean, I'm not really sure it's going to be much better.
I say that it's kind of reasonable because at the end of the day, if you feel like, if you think back at Bostad and you put the Nadal we saw in Bostad against someone who is still playing Grand Slam finals, well, it's difficult to imagine a match like the one. Oh, sorry. One moment.
Okay, no problem. Doggy causing trouble there. But here we are, and it's really just one-way traffic, let's be honest. And the crowd, the spectators are really wanting something to get them excited, but it's mostly just coming from one player, unfortunately.
Okay, sorry, there's somebody who has to enter home without the keys, so the only way for them is me opening. So
okay. Yeah, an easy start there for the Djokovic service game. Nice 1-2. I mean, I didn't think, when I watched the previous match that was Swiatek against Diane Parry, right? It was 6-1, 6-1. I mean, I didn't think we'd be looking at the same score here, which is potentially what might happen.
No.
It's really, and it feels almost the same in terms of sort of Rafa's making an effort to get back into it, but just it's not enough to actually.
Out.
Yeah, that went out, so that's a little chance there. 15 all. Yeah. That's, I mean, maybe Djokovic might loosen up a little bit too much. Not that he's trying to do it necessarily intentionally, but it's just you start to think
Yeah, I mean,
you're getting.
he feels like he can hit freely, you know.
Yeah. Will Nadal get a look at a second serve here? Let's see if it allows him to get on top in the point. Oh, yeah, see there, Djokovic going for that drop shot, and
yeah, this is tragicomic. Actually, I'm sorry to say it, but you know, Nadal is trying to get back into it, but not in the way we were imagining. You know, it's this drop shot made no sense, and it was also executed badly, to say the least.
I think he's probably come into this match thinking that he's going to try this a few times, and he's just sort of, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure, because he did it at the beginning, also. Yeah. So a good serve.
Oh, it's out from Nadal there. So
yeah, but here we saw, you know, that where is the difference between the two? You know, Djokovic can make mistakes, but it's an important point. He finds a good serve, starts the point in the way he wants to.
Yeah. I thought Nadal did it okay. He was reading it well. It was difficult, but yeah, it's just slightly.
I can tell you that Urkac would have never double breadstick the Nadal on clay.
Wow.
Yeah, there is a break point for the first time.
So yeah, it's just a little bit of a few bad decisions from Djokovic, sort of giving Nadal this chance here. So, and let's see if Nadal can actually take advantage here. Of course, Djokovic. Nadal might need to get a look at a second serve. So he will get a look at a second serve.
There is a second serve.
Yeah. Wow.
Double fault.
Double fault. And there we go. At least we know he's avoiding the double breadstick. So
yeah. Yeah, so not only Urkac would never double breast Nadal on clay, but even Djokovic.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if Nadal will hold here.
Yeah. And that's been a struggle for him, but
yeah, for sure. Crowd is chanting.
Yes, Ghosty, but there were a few unforced errors sneaking in there for Novak, so maybe it's just a blip.
Yeah, sure.
Could be.
Until this game, actually, this couple of games, we've seen some mistakes.
And there was a little bit more pace there, I think, on that forehand up the line from Rafa, and Djokovic can't get to it. So yeah, it's also up here in the mind. I mean, it's just a little bit of change of momentum can make a difference in terms of suddenly Rafa starts finding his shots, and then you get like a few errors sneaking in from Djokovic. But yeah, we'll see. And there you go with.
Yeah, if Nadal gets this game, this won't be his worst ever loss against Djokovic in terms of games won, because there was Doha 2016, 6-1, 6-2. So if he gets a third game here, let's say that he will save this this stat. But also, you know, putting a bit of pressure of Novak in the next game. Yeah, sorry if at times I find these stats that may sound like I say it in an hilarious way, but you know, I won't lie. It's a bit sad to watch a match between these two players with level being, you know, this way. You know, we've seen some good points here and there, but you know, there's nothing on what there was a couple of years ago even.
That was Djokovic very aggressively finishing that off with that winner. I'm thinking, like, wonder whether like the drop shots and those kind of plays are done because he doesn't want to get locked into rallies for too long, because obviously it's quite hot conditions. I know he doesn't really want to do that. He probably wants to preserve his energy, but
yeah, but you know, if he imagine him winning 6-1, 6-4,
yeah,
it's not like he's, you know, spent too many energies. So
oh yeah, absolutely. I think coming into the match though, maybe that's what he was thinking. But
yeah, coming into the match, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, of course. So chance here now, 2 game points for Nadal, and when you get to, it's only 1 break difference now, then still gives him a good chance, because suddenly he's got a bit of momentum and he has been making a few more shots.
Okay, there's still 1 break, but for sure he will go to serve with a little bit of pressure. Maybe it's also a good thing, we don't know, you know, for Novak to feel again this kind of pressure. But let's say that we have now a kind of a match in this second set.
Yeah, so it's very hot, I think, today and tomorrow. Yeah, so currently about 29 Celsius in Paris, but tomorrow, Tuesday, it's potentially going up to around 36 degrees Celsius. So that is not ideal at all.
No, for any of them, actually, especially at their age, it's not the best possible.
I really wonder, I mean, obviously the guys here, their fitness is seriously high, but I personally hate to play at anything above 30. It's just like I hate it. It makes me feel terrible, and I can't play anywhere. I don't know how players do that, actually. Sometimes,
you know. Then it also depends a lot of the humidity grade, because it affects the quality of the air you're breathing. So if it's very hot but dry, it can be acceptable.
Yeah.
But yeah, still 36. It's very, very, very hot. I actually never seen 36 this year in southern Italy.
Yeah.
So I can tell you that it's very hot, because I'm kind of struggling. It's 32, 33 today, and I'm kind of struggling.
Oh, wow. 33, yeah. It's maybe was around 30 today, but it was kind of raining, so it's not too hot.
Let's see this game. This game will be very important to see where this second set is going.
Wow.
And love 15.
Yeah, that didn't look like the best connection in the world, but it was well placed. He's just going to take that chance. And that was right on the line, wasn't it? On the baseline. So,
yeah. Five love. No. The score is 4-3 in Novak's favor, and Nadal is ahead in this return game so far.
Djokovic delaying his serve. I don't know if there was a noise from the crowd there, or I don't know what's going on here, but he's.
No, I also don't know, because also Rafa was. Okay, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah,
that was good enough, that smash from Djokovic. So
yeah, but it all started with a good serve.
Yeah.
This is where he actually went down in the game, where he got broken. Too many second serves.
Yeah.
Then also some very, bad mistakes mid-rally, but still, if you manage to start the rally this way, it becomes easier for you.
Oh, the drop shot from Nadal. Oh, Djokovic gets it. Nadal puts it over the net, but Djokovic cannot get that final volley over the net. So, well, there's a little half chance here now because it's 15-30. And none of us really saw this coming when Djokovic went up a double break.
Not really. Not really. We were kind of, yeah.
I mean, there weren't really any signs that this was coming, but it was just that sort of a few loose plays, wasn't it? That kind of started it from Djokovic. And oh my goodness. So that backhand going long from Djokovic, and we've got 2 break points here for Nadal to get back even. And yeah,
wow.
I mean, should we be that surprised? But
what do we have to say?
Yeah, it's tennis, right? I mean, tennis. But a good first serve from Djokovic, so he saves 1 break point. And yeah, maybe Nadal, if he's going to break, he's probably going to need to see a few more second serves.
Yeah, it looks tough to win points with Djokovic's first serve, especially if he places it well. Nadal's level on return hasn't been amazing today, so Let's see what Novak is going to do now.
Okay, so
The second serve. Here it comes.
oh my goodness! How did he win that point, Nadal? How on earth did he stay in that? That looked surely like Djokovic had got on top and was going to finish it off, but he just stayed in it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And the crowd are going wild. Well,
well, as I always say before any game, let's see this game now. Because it doesn't feel like there's any logic right now.
no. Yeah,
Djokovic
that's
was
the
in
thing.
charge of this point.
It's just, you know, those little, like you were talking about it, he might just get a little bit too loose, and it seems like that did happen, and it's just that little bit change in mentality then from Nadal. You know, he's suddenly finding a few more shots, suddenly he's going for a bit more, and then Djokovic starts feeling the pressure. So that's where we are. But can Nadal hold? Because he's struggling.
Well, of course, after all this, if he doesn't hold,
yeah, it's still a key point in the match. And that's a good backhand up the line there from Djokovic to get.
Let's see if Djokovic just locks in, you know, and maybe this becomes again too much for Nadal off, or maybe also in this game we will see Rafa playing better. Someone waved the Italian flag. Why not? They have that flag. They use that.
Yeah, I mean, going to second serve, he really wants to avoid that.
And love 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a bit of an anticlimax if he doesn't hold here. So yeah, obviously this is a huge point. It's going to be either 15-30 or love 40. So
well, I mean, whatever happens, in the end, we had the match.
And we get an ace. Yeah. Wow.
Still 15-30, so still half a chance for Novak here. Yeah, sure. I agree with Ghost. You know, it's the same when they, I don't know, when they criticize Iga. I mean, it's different because maybe at times there's just too much difference, but you never know what's going to happen, you know, if you start giving not anymore your 100% and letting a point or two, you don't know then what's going to happen. So it's just your opponent that has to come up with new things in order to take you some points and games away.
It's the first serve. Oh, but that 1,
Oh, this is
2
bad.
was well wide. Yeah.
This is very bad considering also the moment. So there are 2 break points. He's angry. He knows it. I mean, after all this comeback, getting broken here, it would be very, very tough.
Yeah, I mean, he really needed to hold on here to, I think, to give him a chance. But and it's going to be a second serve. And Nadal going for a little bit more pace in that second serve. It was a little bit short, the service.
Yeah, let's
but
say that Novak gave back the gift. Let's say the previous point, Nadal hit very bad forehand. I mean, the second serve was good, but still, it looks unenforced errors. Of course, a second break point. Has the bandage on Rafa's tie been explained? It's the issue he felt before the tournament started. I didn't get very well informed about the seriousness of this. Let's see. Deuce.
That was a crazy point there. Okay. Because you had to react well there, but he did do it at the net. So, I mean, you kind of expect Rafa to do that, but still exceptional at the net. And now we're at Deuce, and
yeah.
Well, there we go. Rafa still has it, perhaps. We were writing him off, but he's still in it. Oh. And that's a miss hit from Rafa, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you do really feel that Djokovic will close it out if he does get the break here. We will serve for the match, so...
It feels like that. Then again, I don't know. It's been broken in the last 2 service games, but it looked difficult to imagine, honestly. Yeah. Third break point.
Yeah, because you feel, okay, it was Djokovic kind of gave him a few chances to get back into it in a way, so... Yeah, you're just thinking he's not going to give another one away, surely, but let's see. Well, that high loopy backhand going deep, and it's just unsettled Djokovic. And that's the, you know, he might not have, you know, quite the ferocity in his shots anymore, but that was quite a smart ball, and it worked out for him.
Mm-hmm.
First serve from Rafa, but it was a decent return. And that was a lovely backhand up the line from Djokovic, and he does get the chance to finish it off with the forehand. So,
yeah,
another break point for Djokovic.
The backhand has been firing from Novak today. That has to be said. Yeah. It's been very, very good.
Yeah, just beautiful execution and just Several times he's been really ripping it.
Kostyuk, I've read some words by Marta Kostyuk saying that it feels like the clay, it's different than at the French Open usually. She also said about the color it looks like. So I don't know, from the television, I cannot tell any difference, but maybe.
Oh, that's a lovely drop shot from Djokovic, and that gets him the game point, and he will
serve for
the match. Oh, he points to his ear, and now there are boos ringing out.
I love it because it's kind of logical, because if for whatever reason the crowd is cheering a bit more for the your opponent, if you point here, it's the only thing that you may have. But yeah, I also get why the crowd goes behind Nadal. Look at the score, it's easy to understand.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, if people are cheering for Nadal, I mean, a lot of people, yeah, there might be his fans, or they might just be neutrals that want to see more tennis. And
I mean, in general, it's normal, regardless of who you support. Then the underdog supporters get louder than your own fans when you are winning. Yeah, I also prefer the ear pointing for sure.
But there's two different types of ear pointing. There's that when he's saying like, I can't hear you now. And then there's the other one when they're cheering and he's like, I want to hear more. Yeah, different situations for the ear pointing. But oh, this is it. So I mean, at least Rafa sort of saved some pride if he does lose here, but if he does lose this game. But it feels strange that we have to say that. But
I mean, for what's happening lately, I'm not taking it for granted that Novak is going to hold. But yeah, he has an opportunity to close this match. He would like to do it right now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Well constructed from Novak. That was just good tennis.
15 love. He's 3 points away.
And that was a very strange miss there.
Even if here I can probably call maybe a not perfect bounce. I mean, it's still a very, very bad mistake, but
yeah, it could be slightly mistimed there, but anyway, 15-0. Yeah, well, that's maybe the kind of luck, though, that Nadal will need to get back in here. No, but that's a great first serve there from Djokovic down the tee, an ace. Good first serve. But it was returned, and Djokovic then sends it long, or sends it wide. So
probably it was expecting, but it's, you know, we are watching way more bad things than good things today.
So Rafa will get a look at a second serve here at 30 all.
Yeah, it's wide.
But yeah, the ball goes long
Ooh.
from Nadal, so it's a match
Yeah,
point.
Nadal has made a couple of very bad mistakes in the last couple of games where he, you know, he needed to avoid them because Djokovic started, you know, being not as flawless as he had been in the first part of the match. So, wow, 1 hour 43. These guys can make a 6-love match last like 1 hour 20 minutes. Match point.
And that's an ace. Djokovic
Yeah.
gets the win.
Let's see the handshake. I don't know why I mean, they smile.
Cordial handshake and hug.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, they really respect each other, especially when they are on the court, because, you know, of course, when you achieve this much in tennis, regardless of the comparison, well, what to say about this match? I will start from Novak. What do you think about this performance?
I mean, I think he started well, but I can't say that he did badly. He did very well. I think the only, you know, we were talking about his backhand. He was hitting the backhand very well. I mean, he was being quite aggressive and trying to maybe end points a little bit quicker than he might have done in the past. But I think that, yeah, basically he was on top the whole way until a few games after he got up the double break in the second set, and then kind of just like maybe lost a little bit of concentration and got a little bit too loose. And so maybe that is not something, if we talk about that didn't look so good for him, because that kind of allowed Rafa to come back in and sort of give him the momentum to get back in. But he still managed to get the job done there in the end, and break back when he needed to. So from that perspective, he's probably, you know, he's got a little bit of a workout here and he's still come through. And you can only play what's in front of you. It was not a great version of Rafa, but of course he still fought until the end. And yeah, I think from Djokovic's point of view, we can maybe not say too much about how it's going to go for the rest of the tournament. But if I'm a Djokovic fan, I'm still pretty content with what he showed. So I think that's what I would say.
Some lips reader, because I don't know if I understood go and get it from Rafa, but probably I'm wrong. Whatever. I mean, from Djokovic, I would say a good performance. You know, he still can be better. I'm pretty sure he won't be happy for how we managed to play after getting up for love in the second set. But at the same time, I feel like it's been an okay performance. He played well in the first set and up until mid-second set. Then he got a bit loose the first two games he lost. Then Nadal got a bit better because he started finding more pace, and then it became difficult for Novak to get back into the match. But yeah, in the end, there was a big difference today between the two. So I feel like he can still be quite satisfied, even if I know he won't be happy about, this moment he had where he made Nadal get back into the match. For Rafa, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, he fought until the end. He will be for sure proud of this. But from tennis point of view, just how he looked on the court, he didn't really look good today. So I don't think this is encouraging. Where thinking about the if he would like to keep going in his career or not. I didn't like what I saw.
No, I mean, he did keep fighting, and he took those little opportunities he had. But I did feel that was more on Novak's racket, and he gave him that opportunities. I mean, yeah, it was Rafa was still able to sort of construct some points and play some smart plays that allowed him to get back into it. But the way he's playing, he's like sort of compensating for his lack of he doesn't have the weapons quite that he had before, and quite the sharpness that he had before. So he's having to work it out. And yeah, I mean, you could say that, okay, he managed to not make it, humiliating, because it was 6-1, 6-4 in the end. But I mean, for Rafa, he wants to, if he's going to keep playing, he wants to be able to compete for big titles, I think, right? If he's going to, and I don't think that is, he's shown that he can get back to that level at the moment. So from that perspective, it doesn't bode well.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, actually. Bye, Ghosty. Thank you very much for staying here. They are asking us about the draw. In order to reach the quarterfinals, Novak will need to beat either Köpfer or Arnaldi. They still have to play, or maybe they are playing right now. No. They still have to start. And then there is probably Tsitsipas. This is his projected quarterfinal, so this is what his draw more or less look like. And so yeah, about Nadal, I agree with what you say. Yeah, for sure. And so I don't know. It's difficult to predict what his decision will look like. Yeah, he looked good against Zverev. But yeah, the thing is that he keeps also having these kind of setbacks physically, and so he can't improve his level. And then I don't feel like he would like to keep going if this is going to be the result. I mean, losing against Djokovic is totally fine. Maybe not from a rivalry perspective, but if we talk about, just the result, it's okay losing against Djokovic. But it never really felt like the match was on his terms and his racket. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like when he got back to 4-all, yeah, it didn't go well there again, but it felt like also that Djokovic was just sort of clicking back into gear there. He sort of said, okay, it's time to step up again. And he did. In the end, he got it done. So, I mean, we can't really know what to think about Rafa, what he's going to do going forward. Is he going to play other tournaments? But for Djokovic, I mean, I think it's a good workout for him, and then he'll have to play maybe Arnaldi or Kopfer, possibly. Maybe I favour Arnaldi, but maybe they can give him a little bit more of a test. I don't know, but I think he'll still get through, and then probably Tsitsipas, maybe the first real test from in the quarterfinal. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. But of course, And then he's got...
Yeah, the thing with Novak is that even at 37, his base level is still so high that a lot of matches don't really feel like a test, you know. So we keep even at Wimbledon, it was like, you know, maybe next match will be a test to see, and and it's difficult. But he's still so good that so many matches don't really, because actually on paper somebody like Arnaldi, for example, should be a test, even if Novak would be the favorite. But yeah, let's see today. Thanks for this donation. Thank you. Doubles is far less demanded. Rafael Reales can still win doubles. Yeah, they can. I don't know if they are beating the strongest pairs, but yeah, for sure there is a better chance. That's for sure in doubles. We all knew this even before the draw, in my opinion. I don't know if you agree.
You're talking about
Nadal in doubles. I feel like
they have good chances to go far. I mean, I don't know if I can say that they're going to win the tournament, but they can get medals. So, but it doesn't. It's not necessarily going to be that easy. Yeah, Pavic and Metic. Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of good doubles pairings there. Some of the top doubles pairings in the world, and of course, he already came through against the 6 seeds, didn't he? But yeah, I mean, having said that, you know, from Rafa's point of view, he does still have the, let's say, the racket skills, the sort of the instinct, the instincts that are going to do well on a doubles court. So, if anything,
we'll see tomorrow how the match goes. It's not the easiest, but I mean, no matches are easy actually in doubles. Usually they are played on very few points. So, well, I don't know if there's anything else we need to touch on, or we can just close it.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I think we can just close it, but I think the only concern from the Djokovic point of view is just that, you know, why he sort of, let's say switched off a little bit against players in better form. He won't want to do that. So I think he'll probably, after the match, he'll be thinking about that a little bit. But as I say, I don't expect too much. I mean, even if he gets through and plays, he'll probably get through against Arnaldi or Kopfer. If he plays Tsitsipas, I don't think Tsitsipas has even beat him on clay, although as good as Tsitsipas is on the surface. So he's probably going to get through at least until the semi-finals, and that's
the chances are there. That's for sure.
Zverev.
We also saw at Wimbledon how, you know, you still have to come out with something really strong to beat him. So whatever his level is, so sure it doesn't look impossible for him to get a medal this time. I mean, it was like that also in previous Olympics, but once you get to the semis, it starts becoming likely. Tsitsipas match will be intriguing. That's for sure. We also have to see if it happens. So let's see.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we get a good final this time. The final last time was it was a bit one-sided. So that was when the ones Zverev won.
2016 was good. Was a good one.
That's right, yeah. And that's when we still had the last one to have 5 sets for the men's in the final. So,
okay. So, I think I go.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for staying here, and thank you for listening to everybody. I'm sure we'll speak soon here.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah. Bye-bye.